Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition, to another installment of Hashtag Faith Black. I'm your host, Donald Monte Boris, and I need to bring this in a little bit closer. I have everything set up, but we're here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We missed you. I know I missed you. I know you missed me. I miss you. I miss you. Is it mutual? Yeah. Because Monday, a lot of y'all was enjoying y'all Labor Day weekend, your extended day that you didn't have to worry about going to work, but then Tuesday you realize I'm here back at work. But we're here, and I am so excited. Hopefully Beast will join us. Hopefully he links in. So a lot of things to talk about. First, I want to have this opening statement for Teach, because she's currently in Africa right now, and she's enjoying her best life. And with that, let's go ahead and open up with the opening statements with our sponsor, Red Chop Boy Popcorn, 12 different flavors. They do deliver, as their advertisement will be strolling at the bottom. I'd like to thank them for sponsoring this show. If I can find the capture sheet. This is what happens when you do the show. We do work everything behind the scenes. Oh, here we go. The only black popcorn business here in all of Washington. And with that, let's get to our opening statements. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I was telling you was Teach enjoying herself down there and being treated as a celebrity. Now, anybody who follows my Instagram, you saw her make her surprise appearance a second time, and we talked about her being down there. So let me go ahead and share these photos with you. Just a minute. I'm going to share my screen. For anybody who's not familiar with Teach, I should be by now. She's part of the panel on this show. We miss her, but we're happy that she's enjoying herself down there, as she is right there in one of her, I won't say seminars because it's not seminars, one of her speeches that she was having down in town. And she's just been spreading the word, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let what I'm saying fool you. She has been spreading the word down there and uplifting a lot of African people down there. So hold on, let me try to switch screen real quick. Here you go. These are the people that were in the attendance for her speech. Pat towels, kids all listening and everything. Now, don't let this right here get. Hold up, first of all, I apologize. Trying to get off the screen. Teachers love so much down there, ladies and gentlemen, to the point where she told me a story that when she was just getting out the car to her hotel, paparazzi was already there. People flashing cameras at her. She already met the king. She is doing a lot of great things down there in Africa, and she's uplifting a lot of people. I apologize because right now I'm trying to. It's not allowing me to go off here. Hold on real quick. I got a video that I want to show what she's doing, because she's been telling me, like, have you been showing everybody what I've been doing? So, Teach, this opening statement is dedicated to you. But I'm having some issues right now with my freaking Facebook. Facebook wasn't changing fast enough. But it's so great, not only just for Teach, but also seeing everybody else that's been on this show doing great things. You had, you got Mayo. He's down there in Nigeria right now. He's in Africa right now, working on a business deal. You even got Beast Johnson, who's still doing his crusade on helping independent artists out in Greensboro. And then you got Teach, who's out there in Africa as well, doing her thing. And then we had Sipa Way, who was competing for the Olympics representing Guinea-Bissau. So I'm just happy to see that panelist that's on the show that's doing and accomplishing great things outside of the show. So they're doing big things, and I'm proud of them. I'm just trying to get this one video. Hold on, wait. I'm slow thinking right now. I already had it flipped up. All right, here we go. So I want y'all to look at this video and see how much Teach is being loved down here. And Teach, you cannot say we didn't show anything. And here we go. Let me see if it's on the screen. Yes, it is. Let me check myself out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Teach is doing down there. And also forgive the language barriers, it's French. And yes, Africans do have a French language down there with all 33 and more languages down in Africa.
Bonjour mesdames, bonjour messieurs, c'est une nouvelle semaine de l'information qui commence sur Culture FM. Écoutons les titres de Culture FM Info Midi. Rétro-causerie historique et initiatique du samedi 4 septembre 2021, sensationnel exposé du professeur Anita Diop. Rentrée scolaire 2021-2022, les élèves sur la ligne de départ. Thématique mensuelle, ces mots qui entravent la jeunesse. Enfin, chronique, le Camerounais nouveau est hostile à la paresse. C'est tout pour les titres. Elle a été grandement annoncée et attendue à Ezeka. Le samedi 4 septembre 2021, le professeur Anita Diop a répondu présente aux causeries historiques et initiatiques organisées par le groupe Média Culture FM avec comme message « Se reconnecter à nos ancêtres pour bâtir l'Afrique ». Guillaume Dombolbey.
Époustouflante, impressionnante, dynamique, rayonnante de joie, pleine de vie et maternelle sont quelques adjectifs qui pourraient décrire l'intervenante des causeries historiques et initiatiques du samedi 4 septembre 2021. Pour cette 9e causerie et la dernière de cette première série, la salle des généalogies du musée des peuples Bassa Batimpo avait fait son plein d'œuf. Le professeur Anita Diop est venu nous entretenir sur une thématique forte, d'actualité, surtout réelle et nôtre. Repairing the bridge to heal our African collective spirit and soul. Tout un programme. Et on pourrait, en bon Camerounais, en bon Africain, penser que cela est au-dessus de nos forces. Que non, nous dit le professeur Anita Diop, c'est juste une question d'état d'esprit. Réparer le pont de nos cultures cassées par la colonisation. Réparer le pont de nos savoirs, cassés par le vol des cerveaux, l'avilissement et bien d'autres mots encore. Consommer nos produits, consommer camerounais, consommer africains, soutenir nos initiatives locales, croire au potentiel des nôtres.
Ce lundi 6 septembre 2021 est jour effectif de la rentrée scolaire 2021-2022 sur toute l'étendue du territoire camerounais. Je vous propose de suivre ce reportage de Fabrice et Lilibon qui parle de cette reprise de classe dans la ville d'Ezeka.
La rentrée scolaire 2021-2022 a bien été effective ce matin dans la ville d'Ezeka. À l'école maternelle d'application d'aviation, les tout-petits ont renoué avec leur maîtresse. Au primaire, notamment à l'école inclusive d'application groupe 2 d'aviation, le premier jour de la rentrée a démarré au cours moyen 2 par une leçon de littérature dans un climat bon enfant. Dans les lycées et collèges, ce premier jour de classe a été beaucoup plus consacré à la prise de contact, à la mise à disposition des apprenants, des emplois de temps et programmes qui seront appliqués et déroulés tout au long de l'année scolaire.
Parlant toujours de la rentrée scolaire du côté de Boxo, le professeur d'histoire et auteur afro-américaine Madame Anita Diop remet depuis ce matin à 10 heures des dons aux élèves des établissements primaires et secondaires de cette localité de la ville d'Ezeka. Nous reviendrons sur cette information dans nos prochaines éditions du journal.
Teach. Take a bow. You deserve everything that is coming for you. And what you're doing in that part of Africa is really uplifting everybody. I cannot wait till we work out. Well, I actually just tuned into the Alavante show on my Instagram where she pops in and she keeps giving an update. But Teach, we cannot wait for you to come back on the show. Keep doing what you're doing. You uplifting a lot of people over there, as well as uplifting people over here that knows what you're doing. But now they got no excuse. They know exactly what you're doing. And just in the nick of time, he is in. And that I yield the floor.
Oh, since I hopped in right on time for opening statements, huh? Well, my opening statement is no matter what, smile. And just go with it. How they say, plan for the worst and expect something worse than that. But keep a smile on your face the whole while through. Because life doesn't always go your favor, doesn't always go your way. But when it does, it's a good feeling. And even when it doesn't, it still is a good feeling because it always turns out right. And even in spite of these pandemics, already established medical issues that we all go through and we all share with family members, still be able to find that smile, still be able to find that joy. You know, something as simple as them being, well, not opening their eyes, but responding is a blessing in itself because they're responding. They might not be responding how you would want them to at that moment, but the fact that you can tell that they acknowledge your presence is a blessing unto itself. So be able to find that joy and that love and that laughter in the midst of your darkness and your despair. It will help you get through that darkness and despair and also help you uplift others when they're going through this. And with that, I yield the floor.
Well, thank you so much for that piece. I don't know why I got you on the small screen. Let me fix that. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nick of Time. Man,
no, I gotta come on that.
Yeah, I know. So, did you enjoy your Labor Day weekend?
I did. How about yourself?
I did. I didn't even recognize it because I was quick story. I was at my girlfriend's house, and I was sitting there sleeping in the bed, and she said that she was going hiking with her friends, and I was like, I'm like, hiking? What do you mean hiking? You gotta take your mom to work, right? And she was like, no, I'm off. Mm-hmm. You're off. I'm like, off. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, Labor Day. I'm like, dang it. And I brought myself over here.
That's usually.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I so totally freaking forgot. And then I just came over here at the house for the rest of the day. Speaking of that, I got some chores to handle. But
Elaine ain't gonna speak on that right there.
Yeah, nah.
He ain't gonna speak on them chores.
So let's get into it, man. So much happened over the weekend, even before the weekend. I want to get your view on abortion. I think that's something that us Black people need to talk. I know, ladies and gentlemen, well, we are back Wednesday. What is your take on abortion?
Overall, as far as what's going on in Texas, I find it whimsical that a woman's rights is being saved by a quote unquote satanic devil worshiper. I find that shit just whimsical as hell. Overall, abortion is her choice at the end of the day. It's a necessary evil. Let's just be honest here, people. There are certain situations, certain circumstances into which a child can be brought into this world that are not beneficial in any light, any way down the path for anyone involved. Talking about that big R word, or that ugly I word, or that ungodly M word. But under those things, I dare you to look a woman with a straight face and tell her that it would be wrong for her to exercise that option, having gone through one of those type of situations. So because those type of situations are not only reality, but somewhat prevalent in this world, I'll be the last motherfucker to tell a woman, don't do it, do it. In my own personal dealings with it, I've told them at the end of the day, it's your choice. Regardless of whether I want this or you want this, you're the one that has to actually go through the 9-month gestation. You're the one that has to go through the actual physical activity of it. So either I'm going half on tuition or I'm going half on the procedure. You just let me know. But at the end of the day, your choice is your choice. And I just have to sit back as a man and respect it and go along with it.
Yeah. I got the same feeling too, because at one time, I forgot when it was a big issue. Me and my girlfriend actually talked about it, and we was riding the bus in Seattle. And I said the only time a man should say something about abortion if, let's say, I accidentally, I bust into the club and you want to have an abortion, let's at least both talk about it. That was my stance on that first, that was my stance. But overall, it's a woman's choice. And it shouldn't even be political. And it's sad, when you got now let's be for real. But go ahead.
I would say the reason why I feel like it becomes political is, like you said, when it comes down to that time for that conversation, a lot of women feel as though they already know what a man of that particular man will say. I know one particular situation where I knew of a couple that were dating, they were actually engaged, and in the process of organizing the wedding, and it was one of those happy surprises. At least that's how everyone else saw it, except for her. She didn't see it that way. And she felt as though that would be a hindrance toward the joyous day. And I told her, no matter what you do, talk to him, because he seems very happy about this. And if you're not, y'all definitely need to get on the same page. Because I can honestly say, if you do this behind his back, y'all not going to stay together. It's going to cause division amongst y'all. He's not going to be able to look at you. And unfortunately, I was right. She chose, that's still her right, her choice. But she chose to go about it in an improper manner. She left him out of the conversation and ultimately left him out of the choice as well. And that changed his whole perception and perspective of her, which ultimately led to the end of their relationship. And folks say what they want to, but it came down to when she had that abortion without at least letting him know up front. Regardless whether she would talk to him and they had the conversation, and she said, still, I'm going to do this. Okay, he'd accept it, and they still couldn't move forward. But to go behind his back and knowing that he wanted it to, yeah. Yeah, and like I say, this is the conversation that should be. It should happen, right. And should occur beforehand, especially in the event, but it needs to happen first with those directly involved.
Right. And so for me, the biggest reason why this became political and why what happened in Texas happened is, sorry, gonna call you out, mainly white women. I don't understand why.
Yeah, gotta call y'all out. Y'all been
white,
fucking the game up historically.
Look here. I probably will butcher this saying, but I'm gonna paraphrase it the best way I can. They said that a woman will mess up everything. A man would cause chaos, and reason why that chaos happens is because of a woman. And so, white women, majority of y'all, I know it's a handful of y'all that y'all be like, man, they ain't me. I get it. But mainly all y'all white women, I don't know why y'all want to cling on to these old Christian white men. I don't care if they were, well, majority of them who vote for this are majority Republican, but I also blame on the white Democrats for allowing this shit to happen. For y'all to sit there and allow this shit to happen, y'all just sitting there. And it's funny, when Trump was president, white women literally carried the vote for him to win. People don't understand that. And they got the nerve to march.
He said, grab my pussy.
Right. And the funny thing is, majority of y'all was in that Million Women's March, that women's rights march. And some of the organizers or people that was, that knew about the movement was kicking y'all out after. They was kicking y'all out. And if you look it up, you see one sister, she had a sign that says, majority of the white women voted for Trump while she's sucking her sucker. I was like, facts. And then when they caught on to these women coming to these rallies,
Trump should set you free.
And realized that they would come to these rallies, they got kicked off. They were saying, no, heck no, you voted for Trump. Get. And then they got mad, like, I'm a woman too. But you voted against your own interests. And then you have people like Meghan McCain. Oh, Meghan McCain, how does it feel to be unemployed? But Fox News probably going to hire you, or OAN probably going to hire your ass. But you have women like her that's sitting there saying, oh, well, it's me. It's my freedom. I don't want nobody to infringe on my freedoms. Limited government. But look what you got happening. You got a law. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Basic civics. When laws are made, is it by the government, right?
Yes.
It's about the government. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I mean, if I was my own, country, what's that S word? Seniority.
Sovereign nation.
Sovereign. That's the word I'm looking for. It's kind of funny. I watched a reality show where a girl was coming at this dude. He like, look, I'm sovereign. What makes you think it's like have your cake and eat it too. It's in the government for you, but not for me. But it is for you. You're a woman. If one of these politicians or somebody rape you, unfortunately, when you hear the R word, they look like us, me and Beast. Unfortunately,
yeah,
it look like us. But when the R word happens to you, where's your stance going to be? White women. I'm talking to y'all. Now, a lot of times I'm on this show, I be going at my people hard, but I'm going at the ones that really irk my nerves, that really need to get this work. But now the work goes to you, white women. When you realize that when you look out for yourself and only look out for y'all and just say, oh, that only happened to black women, because they love to break up. Well, look at how many abortions happen in the black community. Look at where Planned Parenthood is at, which is true. I will say that. Being over here and seeing my very first Planned Parent, if I can say it right, Planned Parenthood facility. Yes, it is near I won't say ghettos, but near the local, urban. I hate that word, urban, but yeah, I'm going to use this instead. Urban areas. That is true. But I heard a lot of good rather than a whole lot of bad for people that never been around any of these facilities or facilities like it.
If I could interject and just add an addendum to that point. Now, there is truth. Now, from the southern aspect on the East Coast, there is truth. You will find a lot of these Planned Parenthood facilities, buildings, or mobile locations in the predominantly Black, urban, low-income areas, just to cover all the bullshit red tape terms. But here's something y'all don't know. There's a method to the madness. The reason why they put them in the urban Black areas is so they easily blend in with the infrastructure and the surroundings, and random white people on their side don't notice the random white people walking in and out the buildings. Because I can honestly sit here and ascertain and tell you that I've noticed on multiple occasions the mobile locations being posted up next to gas stations and restaurants on the hood side of town. All the Black folk walking by, but all the white folk walking up to it or walking from it. Every single fucking time. So why is it abortions are heavy in the urban? Well, yes, because that's where they put them. But who's actually getting all the abortions? Your little white Amber, Becky, Bracian, Candace, Chelsea, Ashley with the 15 fucking different ways you spell it. Megan with the 12 different ways you spell it. It's your little white Karens that's coming up to the hood to get rid of them babies. It ain't Shekinah. It ain't Shaquisha. It ain't none of the Black folk y'all think it is. No.
Well, we had one comment. I just put it up there, said hilarious, but he just left. I wanted to know what you mean by hilarious, but he already left. But anyways, so when I hear about Black women and all the abortion rates, first of all, number one, it's their choice. And number two, not trying to sound disheartening or be disgraceful when I say this, why should you care? If she feels that she needs to get an abortion, guess what? She gonna go get an abortion. And then another thing, real quick before I let you go, Beast. And then another thing, don't make this about a religious shit neither. Christianity has really turned this country on its freaking head because people don't know if they're the New Testament or the Old Testament. You got Moses did this and Peter did that. I don't care. I am a firm believer of church, separation of church and state. Keep that church crap to yourself. We may lose followers for this. We may probably lose people, not even me, that are highly religious and probably gonna get mad if you say this. But guess what? It needs to be said. Keep your Christian books at home. I don't want you to come up to me. Oh, did you what's the famous one they always say? Did you take Christ as your Lord and Savior? Like, hell no, I'm trying to save myself. He's not here.
to all them Christian folk out there, religion has always been flawed. It'll always be fucked up. But Christianity, you fucking hypocrites.
Completely. And that's main reason why Texas
Christians are the Sadducees and the Pharisees from the Bible. You want to know who the Christians really were in the Bible? It was the people that fucked over Jesus. It was the people that said, let's make money in the church. That was the Pharisees and Sadducees, correct? Am I correct? It wasn't the Romans.
Hey, you speak nothing but facts. Not even facts. You speaking truth. But keep on going, my brother.
It's in the Bible, correct? It's in the same Bible. Not it's in the National. It's in the King James. It's in the Children's. It's in the Collegiate. It's in every fucking iteration of the Bible. Pharisees and Sadducees were the ones that conspired against Jesus.
Hold on, let me go and sip my yak.
Please comment in the bottom if I'm wrong. Because I have an issue just like you when it comes to that. That's why we see the Satanists being the ones, and it's fucked up. You live in a fucked up ass world when the quote unquote devil worshipers are the ones that, when the people that follow the devil, Hail Lucifer, Beelzebub, Belial, Asmodeus, Aluha. When those motherfuckers are the ones that saying, hey, that's not very godly of you. God said love everybody. And God just, if God didn't want us to have abortions, why would he give us the thought and implement the manner in which to do it successfully? We didn't come up with that. That was ordained from on high. And before any of you fuck Christians end up getting running your mouth talking about some beasts don't know about the Bible. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 1 Chronicle, 2 Chronicle, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalm, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Psalm of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Zechariah, Haggai. Stop right there. That's just the first 30, right at 30. That's the first 30 books of the Bible. It's 39, 27, Old versus New. I haven't done that. I haven't trailed that, rambled that off the top of my head in almost 15 years. And if I could do it instantly, then maybe I know the Bible a little bit better than you do. But then again, in the Bible, he always uses the most fucked up people to show you how good his glory is. So,
right, and like I said, that's the main reason why this country is fucked. I mean, this is why this country is fucked as it is. That's why I just, even when people come around, like, let's go ahead and pray. And then they get mad when people say, no, I don't want to do that. Come on, you disrespect my religion. Like, they got mad when they took prayer out of school. Like, at one time when I was young, naive, I was like, why did I remember Miss Hill? I still remember her name. Rest her soul. I don't know if she passed away. I don't know if she's still in the wheelchair. She was a substitute teacher. Yeah. Substitute teacher. Meanest substitute. But she was always cool with me.
I'm in the best ones.
Yeah. She literally, before we went to lunch, we prayed. She literally, I remember her distinctly. She didn't sit at the teacher's desk. She sat, it's funny, she sat at this other desk that looked like ours almost. And she just sat there and she like, we ain't gonna go nowhere. Turn the lights off and she prayed. And I'm like, what's going on? Now my little head back in my mind was like, you're not supposed to do that. But I still put my head down. Everybody else
but she grown. She grown.
Yeah, she
I'm
grown.
a child.
I mean, I'm in the third grade, so remember, I'm naive and all that stuff. So then, as I was getting up there in age, yeah, basically. So when I got up there in age, I'm figuring out you're not supposed to do that. Back in the day, you could, but then they took that away.
Well, no, it was just, it was always a respectful tolerance. Certain things. Certain things could be expressed in like prayer, just a simple act of prayer. You don't need words.
Right.
A moment of silence is a prayer.
Right. And you can even do a prayer just by looking and saying it in your head. And the thing is to be, the same people that sit there saying you taking Christ out of America and all that stuff are the same ones that freaking complain about people not participating or other religions. Because I'm like this: if you're going to have Christianity be a part of government and schools and all that, you might as well bring the Quran. You might as well bring Satanism. You might as well bring Wicca. You might as well bring any type of religion. Like I heard some crazy religions that my old unit, one soldier, he got this one religion that's way back in medieval times that him and his family practice. So you might as well put that type of religion.
Yeah, the Viking.
Yeah, so
Vikings
you
have
might as
religion.
well,
Yeah, Santeria.
right. Right, so you got to put all sorts of religion because Christianity is not the religion of this country. It is not.
Yep.
But not
Got about voodoo.
Right, and voodoo. Don't get me started on voodoo.
Voodoo is a religion.
In Louisiana. Practice
That's
that.
a real. It's a no. It's like it's an actual.
Yeah, it's actual.
Santeria is a light whitewashed version of voodoo because they do the same things, but it's more Latin Roman Catholic fusion because that's what the Mexicans and Latinos picked up from the niggas. Voodoo, religion, just like everything else.
And you know the crazy thing is too. Now we talk about Christianity, right? And then also forgot about the Catholics. It's a big Catholic community here. Judaism. And so I just thought about when you were saying that, then you got people who are Christians, they celebrate it in a different way. They preach it in a different way.
Now we're talking denominations.
Right. Now we're talking Baptists, which Baptist people don't understand. Definitely Southern Baptists got a very racist past. You might want to look that history up.
No, you got Baptists, then you have Southern Baptists.
Southern Baptists.
You got Episcopalian, you got Episcopal, Pentecostal, Episcopalian Pentecostal, Catholic, Roman Catholic, Irish Roman Catholic, Irish Catholic, Mexican Catholic, which is an offshoot of Roman Catholicism. Then now we can go down to black churches. You got your Southern Baptist, your Southern Holiness, your Holiness, your AME, your Zion, your AME Zion, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Look, and so if you want to go on claims of like, well, we need religion in our lives every day and in our schools and in our workplace, how's that all going to work? And then also you got to think about that one atheist in the back that don't believe none of this shit. The atheist, and what's the other one? The atheists don't believe in the God.
Nihilists. No,
yeah.
Atheists don't believe. Atheists like
they don't believe in God. But
I call them simple-minded scientists because they don't believe in the religious, spiritual sense of a God. They're the ones that want to be scientific or almost like celestial, astronomical with it. Like there's a great celestial being or energy that created everything. Right. They don't want to flat out say God.
Yeah,
they don't want to say God.
Science, yeah.
But they say it's something I could point to a picture or go to a book and prove. That's atheist. Nihilists, they don't believe in shit.
Right, and I forgot. But there's another name for it too. But yeah, so what are you gonna do with them? And later, I know I'm kind of getting off the tracks, but this is why Texas is where it's at right now, what they're doing right now, because they're trying not only just Texas and the southern states. And I guarantee you, Beach probably know what I'm talking about because I have not been in Virginia in a while. And Virginia, the last time I actually lived in Virginia, they've been trying to do this for a hot minute. They are trying to muscle in Christianity, but then they're going to fuck up and realize there's different types of ways people celebrate Christianity. You got people that believe Jesus wasn't white, believe that Jesus was black. And then you got Judaism that just don't believe in Jesus. I mean,
you got snake charmers.
And then you got
no. You got the snake. Now you got the snake charmers. That's the weird rabbit hole offshoot of deep Southern Baptists that believe that I don't know. It has something to do with Adam and Eve and the snake tempting Eve and getting them kicked out, but it's some kind of weird bastardization. They incorporate the snake, and the snake is supposed to represent the devil. So you being bit by the snake and overcoming the venom is you overcoming the temptations of the devil. So a true holy man, a true anointed man of God is a man that could stand here with multiple snakes, venomous, poisonous snakes in his hands, and be bitten repeatedly. And he can still stand there giving glory to God, because God will not allow the temptation that is the devil's venom to enter into his blood. That's Snake Charmer Baptist. That's the crazy. And I just made this shit make sense.
Well, to somebody who's listening, that probably is used to something like that, probably made sense to them.
No, but I'm talking about to the folk that's been doing it 4 generations deep, and they don't even really understand why the hell they do it. I just made sense to them, like, damn, that's why Pop was doing it.
But then also, just the same as people that still give to these mega churches, it makes sense to them because they think their nice Lamborghini gonna be coming soon. While you got people like Joel Osteen and T.D. Jakes still in their nice luxury $20 million houses and homes and ranches and stuff. So,
no, God can bless everyone. And if you give unto me, God will allow me to trickle down my blessings like Reaganomics upon the nation. And like Reaganomics, when your trials and tribulations are upon you, I will not be there to facilitate any kind of fucking help. Talking about them type of mega churches. Yeah, I know about them.
And then going back to all y'all white women. You see how much can of worms that open? Y'all realize that? And bad enough, y'all still going out coughing on people, not respecting people's 6 feet distance. Y'all are the ones that are really just, what's they say, what's good for the geese is good for the gander. Y'all fucking it up. Like, seriously, you are. You're not realizing right now, those same white men, and then I have to put some on our people, you know, you got those black Republicans down there too, and you got those black female Republicans down there too, Asian minorities, they're down there, they're hugging you now. They said, thank you for your vote. And wait till you have that issue happen to you. Wait until your daughter knock on wood. You know, not even knock on wood. Y'all ask for it. Your daughter or yourself to have the R word happen to you. And now all of a sudden you're pregnant. Where are you going to go for an abortion? Now, knowing that you're probably in politics, well, some of y'all in politics, y'all can find an easy way to get an abortion. But then when Joe Snuffy, Jane Doe, finds out, oh, she got an abortion and she voted for not getting us an abortion, then how are you going to explain that? Like, was it yesterday? Yeah. So like yesterday, the governor of Texas literally said, paraphrasing, that he support the bill, he support the law, and the way to eliminate the R word is to get rid of the rapists, to abolish the rapists. So we're just going to eliminate one problem and pretend that this other problem is not happening.
Well, no. I have a better question. I like the usage. I like the verbiage, but I need a definition, please. I need some Webster explanation. You're going to abolish the rapists.
Get rid of them.
How?
Oh, don't worry. You know they already got set in stone. They've been doing it for over 60 years.
How?
Remember what happened to Emmett Till? What happened to?
No. We ain't talking about. No, we ain't talking about black men just dying for being black men, or being. We ain't talking about black men dying because they're being desired by white women. We ain't talking about that. No. If you're going to abolish a rapist as a sort of consolation prize and almost settlement deal to divorce, I'm really gonna need some better explanation.
Right. And you just can't sit there and eliminate one problem, not understand you got another problem. It don't work that way. It just does not work. Just because you cut the hair of the snake does not mean that the snake is dead. The body gonna keep on moving. It's literally gonna keep on moving. And so with that, we're gonna continue on with this. We're gonna switch to something else, and we will be right back after these commercials. Once I find them. Oh, here we go. And like that, we are back. So let me go ahead and sum up what me and Bishu say. So I'm gonna bring it all the way back to y'all. Like, you realize what can of worms that y'all just opened down here in Texas? Not only just Texas, but the whole United States of America. Y'all do not take responsibility for the fuck ups that you have created in this country. And then you always trying to find an ally when you're down and out. Black women every day is catching hell. But you only go with them when it's only helping your personality. Helping not helping your personality, but helping your publicity to show that you're an ally, but that's all you are. You got Asian women that was still dealing with Asian hate crime. That it's kind of funny that nobody's barely even talking about now. That's still happening today. You don't reach out and help them out at all. Only when you feel like you're hurt or when the system is against you or oppressing you, that's when the world sucks. You also the reason why people like me, people that look like me, are always public enemy number one. That anytime the R word happens, their first prime suspect is a brown man. Now, for the handful of white women that's right now saying, look here, that's not me. That's not me. like I always say on this show, if it doesn't affect you or you feel some type of way with what I'm saying, then I'm not talking. If you don't feel no type of animosity or anything like that, you don't need to get me straight. You just know that I'm not talking about you. Now, for those who are feeling offended or their souls being crushed, their hearts being broken, then I'm talking to you then. Because I just don't understand and get what drives white men. Let's be clear, white men, to make these type of laws. What if they have daughters? What do you say to your daughter? What do you say to them when they're in a situation like that? You can teach somebody, and I know right now Texas got a freaking carry law where now they don't even have to have that permit on them. They can just buy a weapon and just put it in their holster, and they can walk around anywhere they want to without anybody saying anything or the police asking to see any registrations or ID and registration for the weapon. You can teach your kids how to shoot an M9 to shooting a 9mm all you want to. Training is one thing, but the real life thing is something entirely different. Entirely different. So understand, just because your daughter has a 9mm on her side, oh snap, I thought you had some. Hope you come back in. Has a 9mm and thinking that she's going to be good. Here's the risk assessments with this. Number one, is the weapon loaded? Number two, misfire. Number three, how strong is the predator? And four, is her heart going to be in it? And what I mean her heart's going to be in it, that when the first touch happens, like when the first step of the predator happens, what is her next move? Because people are rusty with all the things that they learn. Yes, I believe in muscle memory, but I also believe when you don't use it, you lose it. That 9 is going to be more of a freaking token than a weapon to defend herself. So, y'all just don't understand the can of worms that y'all open. And how can you look your daughters in the face? How can you look your wife in the face, knock on wood, knowing that, and I'm not only just talking about politicians, I'm talking about people even in high places, people that go out every day. How can you look your wife in the face, look your daughter in the face, and tell them, if you have a kid, you're going to have it, and you're going to take care of it? How can you tell your wife that? How can you tell your side piece that if we're going to keep 100?
Now, I have a better question.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a question. This falls in the gray area. What do you tell a woman that wants to carry that child, but their body won't physically let them? Meaning that the longer they continue with the pregnancy, the more they put their own life at risk, and ultimately both lives could be terminated. What do you tell a woman that has to do the process known as an abortion in order to save her life? Not her social standing, not her psychological or emotional feelings, her actual life. We do forget that there are some women whose bodies have pre-existing conditions that make it extremely difficult and extremely life-threatening to carry a child. Mm-hmm. And they may be forced to get this procedure. You can call it whatever the fuck you want to call it, But at the end of the day, it's an abortion. So is it still an abortion for the 16-year-old that gets knocked up, for the college girl that gets date raped, for the young lady that's been molested? Or is it something different for the young married woman who has cysts in her ovaries, thus making it a life-threatening endeavor? Is it still abortion for her? All these women are faced with a similar issue, continue down this path and face a very terrible life or a very hard life, or consider this option. Do you demonize all of them, or do you just go case by case? Because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people being demonized and being paraded as fucking martyrs to prove your whack ass fucking point. Because you feel some kind of way, or more specifically, because you didn't get your abortion, or you didn't convince her to get that abortion. Let's keep it real. A lot of us weren't supposed to be here. A lot of us that standing here, we weren't supposed to be here. I'd be the first to tell everybody. The story was told my whole fucking life. My parents were married 2 years before I was born. Neither myself nor my sister were planned. And in the case of me, when my mother found out she was pregnant with me, or found out she was late, her bright ass idea was, let me try to OD and take all the pills I didn't take up to the day now and keep taking them after that, and maybe it'll even itself out. Yeah, I wasn't planned, nor was I wanted. And a lot of us, be honest with yourselves, we fit that degree. If abortion was an option, I'm 37, so we'll just say 50 years ago, I could safely assume that 1/3 of the current populace wouldn't be here.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, majority of those were probably, as the Bible calls them, bastard childs that they want to get rid of. Oh, we gonna forget about the crack epidemic? Everybody talking about this opioid crisis. Remember that crack epidemic?
No, we ain't gonna talk about. Let's talk about the truth about the baby boomers. Why were they called baby boomers? Because y'all were like fucking rabbits. All y'all wanted to do was fuck. Y'all were the second coming of, or as I like to say, the second coming of the Puritans' revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we were founded by a whole bunch of sexually repressed, emotionally frigid and rigid people as Americans. That's what the Pilgrims were. Puritans. So godly that the church said, fuck you, get out.
Yep. And so let's not forget about that time. Yeah, don't forget about that time with the crack epidemic, where you was literally, police officers, the people was literally finding babies, alive, crying babies in the garbage. Strung out, and not to mention, they didn't have enough money for abortion, so they had to have the baby. So for them to get rid of them, because now you got 2 mouths to feed, you had your coke addiction, or
you got 3. No, you got 3 mouths to feed. You're trying to feed yourself. You're definitely gonna feed that fucking addiction, and now you gotta feed a baby. Bitch, I'm barely feeding myself. I'm gonna feed this addiction. Yeah, I just need the bare minimum. This baby ain't getting shit.
So if anybody ever saw the movie that popped in my mind that I have not seen in a million years, go watch Losing Isaiah. Ooh. That right there will put it in perspective of what we're saying. Where what's her name? God dang it. Her sexy self. He's gonna kick my ass. Halle Berry.
It was Halle and Sissy. Was it Sissy Spacek?
No. I'm
trying to think. And then what Susan Sarandon?
No, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember her name. And she was a good stepmom. And not to mention a cameo, not even a cameo, But guess who else starred in that movie? Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm trying to remember who.
Yeah, Samuel L.
That
Jackson.
nigga was in everything in the 90s.
Yes, he was. He is an undercover.
Low key, Sam was low key like Sam was to black movies what Denzel was. Oh, you gonna see that nigga?
Yeah, I still haven't won a fucking Oscar. Like what? Once somebody told me one time, all he do is cuss, and I almost wanted to tell her because she was a what's his damn name? Brad Pitt. I brought up Brad Pitt, and I should have said like, well, Brad Pitt, he can't act. Only thing he do is look good. Sure. I almost would have told her that with all the white actors she was saying. I wanted to just tell like all they do. I said the reason why they up in there is because they're white. At least Denzel can act. Samuel L. Jackson can act. He just know how to ad lib when he cuss. He make you feel that shit.
Look here.
He reminds me. He reminds you of that drunk uncle at the freaking cookout. Not even drunk.
Sam Jackson make any movie worth watching just for the simple fact that he'll put himself in any. I done seen this nigga as a Viking. I done seen this nigga with
Star Wars
Spreewell braids. No. I done seen this nigga with Spreewell braids, a full beard, mustache, goatee, and some goddamn Scottish kilt on with some Tims throughout the whole fucking. You know what movie I'm talking about too? He was the whole damn movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
I will watch that.
And why did I watch it? It's Sam Jackson in a kilt.
And not to
nigga, I got to see what the fuck this is. I got to see what this is about.
And then not to mention the damn. And then also remember he played the promoter. He was a fucking promoter, and that movie to me was a cult classic for me because that movie honestly had like a all-star cast. It had my boy John Lovitz up in there.
That's one of the movies that you go back and look at, and it's like it's an ensemble piece before it was an ensemble piece.
Ensemble piece.
It's like
yes,
it's one of those movies like. To see exactly, because to see where everybody, especially when it's a movie that's got a lot of motherfuckers that do movies with each other now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you go back and see them. It's like, yo, this is where they all kind of got their little start, or this is like this is where they all got that rapport. Or you see a lot of the shit that you see now, then it's like, okay.
It's coming together. But go,
yeah, like you see why they vibe so well and shit. But
so not trying to get too much. Yeah. So not trying to get too much off the tracks. But go watch Losing Isaiah. That is the big example. I think
if you ain't got the attention span for Losing Isaiah, go watch the most underrated and most haunting videos and songs of Tupac's catalog. Brenda's Got a Baby.
Yes.
And like that whole video don't fuck your head up. Now the song I could deal with. The video fucked me up.
Yeah, the video is I'm telling you, you're not ready. Even the most toughest man watching that shit, and you hear a B sit there saying it can vouch for it's a tearjerker. I ain't gonna lie. You probably might want to walk out the room in front of your homeboys because I guess I ain't gonna lie.
You gonna feel a little different. It's like
because while you walking out the room, I guarantee you, your homeboys wait for you like 10 seconds after to follow you, and you gonna be like, "Yo, man, what are you doing, man? I got to take this phone call." And then next thing you know, you see your other homeboy, man. I got to take this phone call. Tell you, man.
It's just gonna. It's that type of situation. Y'all just be in the car and just. So one person start humming it, and before you know it, Brenda. Everybody in the car choking back tears. Brenda got a baby. Hey, somebody got that shit on their phone. Hand them the aux cord. Now niggas just bumping. Everybody looking out the window.
Not looking at each other at all. Like, man.
Everybody got silences. Either everybody got silences or we all just split 2 8 balls of coke, but all you hear in the car is just music.
Yeah. I mean, you good? No, I'm good, man. Something got my eyes. Something got my eye.
Goddamn bug and shit, man. Goddamn. Hey, man, roll your window up, man. Goddamn bug hit me in the eye shit. I'm good.
Look, and the crazy thing, he's agreeing with you. Like, yo, I'm gonna put my window up too because it hit my ass in the fucking face too. But then also, if y'all see the first part of Boys in the Hood, where Cuba Gooding Jr.'s part, where he literally saved the baby from walking in the road and literally took the baby back to her mom. And rather than mom like, oh my God, it's my baby, she's like, oh, I think she said something like, always leaving the house and like, could you give me some crack? You got some money for crack? I suck your.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, so not even ladies and gentlemen, white women, this is the can of worms that you open. This is what you open.
White women, if I could just give you a smidgen of advice, it would be to follow the lead, because if you've noticed, white men have always had a motherfucking opinion, and they gonna get that opinion out. But that opinion is quite silent at this moment, almost whispered. They're being very mindful of what portion of their opinion they give out and how that opinion is projected. So they being really quiet on a lot of shit. And the smart ones is owning up to it like, I'm not in any way the person to be talking about that, so I'm just gonna fall back. Follow that lead. Not everything requires your white knowledge. It correlates with white privilege. Because you feel as though you're white and you're in a perceivably better place, that the knowledge you attain or you have within you, you feel is absolute. No. Sit your simple ass the fuck down. The folk losing patience. Y'all gonna start getting slapped up.
Yeah, most definitely. Oh, so quick story before we go to our next subject. I just got a message. All right, so sports talk. Y'all know I'm a big Cowboys fan, and I joined a lot of Dallas Cowboy groups. Do you join any Steelers? No, I should be saying it more than you. But for your Steelers, do you follow any Steelers groups like Steelers Anonymous?
Nah, like I try to stay out of those groups just because, hey, ain't worth nothing. And I can respect other folk teams. I'm that type of fan. Right. I'll talk my shit. Like Steelers versus Cowboy. Y'all need some cokeheads and some cokeheads and 3 more cokeheads. And no. If you just got some good cokeheads, all the other shit comes with it. If you get 3 cokehead receivers, you're gonna get 1 baby mama and 2 domestic violences. You get 4 cokeheads on the defense across the line. You're definitely getting 3 of them. 2 drunk, 1 domestic, 1 dealing. And as far as special teams, have the fuck you want to. But as long as you at least have half a dozen cokeheads, verified cokeheads on the Cowboys, y'all can get back to playoffs. Y'all can get a conference. Y'all can definitely get a conference run. But I can't say shit because I bet our best quarterback is a fucking rapist. And all our best defenses, like all the colored defense, know better than to be around his ass. So they get a ring and get the fuck on. And so, Carolina can't do shit. So I'm in no position to talk.
So I was part of this cowboy group called the I think it's just a Dallas Cowboy group. You know, I've been with them since I think 2017, 18, around that time. So when I was doing I think I was doing the Alamonte show. It was the Alamonte show, or the Unrehearsed podcast, one of the two. And I get a message from one of the group members, the admin. He blocks my profile for 29 days because I posted a video like this in the group. And I'm like, damn, dude, like, because he thought it was an advertisement. I'm like, dude, it wasn't no advertisement. Like, what are you talking about? And then he just messaged me when he was talking. You saw me look over here. I got my tablet over here. And he was like, I swore that it had advertisement in your comments. Okay, it had in the comments.
I can't control it. I'm sorry.
He's talking about the Hulu. Your sponsor, by the way, Hulu is the sponsor of Beach Johnson's Big. So he blocked my profile because he thought my video was advertising for that link for Hulu, which it was not. I was sponsoring the chat room. I was putting out the show because I was talking Cowboys football and I want them to come in to chime in. There was no advertisement. Only advertisement that was going on was in my comments, which did not have anything to do with his group. So I was confused because he didn't say, if you want to sponsor the show, it's $50 per year. I was like, oh, what? Because if I would have paid them $50, if I would have paid them $50, they would have took me off the block, and I would have been okay. I'm like, I ain't paying your ass $50. I'm not a sponsor. I'm just putting out a show for us Cowboys fans to talk to what's going on with the defense. What is our expectation for this first game? I mean, anything Cowboys fans, would talk about. And so I'm just confused. I'm really just confused. And he just wrote me back again, saying, good luck finding. You just said that the last time, sir.
Bad execution on his end. But there is, you see it more prevalently in music, for the music pages, because there's always a handful of motherfuckers that will promote their shit under your comments. They will solely interact with your peoples and just drop, check out my label, check out my song. Right. We wasn't even talking about it. We just had like a music question, or it'd just be a whole bunch of folk that are in there for music, and we are friends under that music emblem, so to speak. So we're just commenting on a music status. You just dropping in, yeah, check out my new freestyle, SoundCloud. It's like, you see that more prevalent, so I do understand to a certain degree, but that only, to me, that just means I have to do more due diligence and visually look at what's going on there. I know what to look for when I see shit like that, where he's talking about with the rep. No, that wasn't promoted. You could, if it ain't at least this big, motherfucker won't promote.
Right.
Every last one of them is gonna be that big, gonna have emojis, about 3 different fucking hashtags in there. That's promoted.
Right. And so my thing is, going on the contrary on that, if he had an issue giving me a 23-day ban, I won't say ban, but a block, basically a month block on me not commenting on posts, which I wasn't. It's rare that I will post a comment on any of the posts that's been put up in the community, but I digress. But still, for you doing that, you should have just pulled me to. So you could have just messaged me like, dog, like, hey, what's up with this? And I could have explained to him, and I would have been like, oh, okay, cool. I know better next time. You just can't sit there. I understand you have to be strict with the rules at first, but that's going to turn people away. And so for him to do that, and then he just sent the message, then he recanted that message, and then he sent another one. I'm like, dude, I'm going to find a better one. I'm already part of other ones that when I send shit up there, they can either approve or disapprove the post. There have been times where I posted into another cowboy group and they said no, but the rest of them said yes. I'm not going to lose no sleep. I'm not going to lose no sleep at all. I think we get to an uppityness when we get our numbers up to like over 100,000, maybe even 50,000. But the reason why I'm saying is this to each and every one of y'all. You see me and Beast, we ain't going to change when our numbers get up there. We're going to control the narrative. We're going to keep in communication with our people. We're going to keep it real on this show. We're not going to change when we get 50,000, even 10,000 people support this show. We're not going to change. We already got over 500 likes and followers on our page, and we still haven't changed. So,
you know why?
Go ahead, Beast.
You know what? The reason why is because the things you motherfuckers out here is desiring and chasing these feelings, these types of notable bullshit. That's all it is to me at the end of the day. Me and this man done experience. Y'all want to be known in different countries and for people that you don't know. We already got that.
Yeah.
I know of 6 different countries right now that know my name and actually know my fucking lyrics. And only one of those countries actually speaks fucking English.
So we never going to change.
This man's in the army. He got the same thing. We both know people that don't speak no English. We know the most. Our presence is known in the most highest of circles and in the most darkest of backdoor alleys. Shit ain't gonna change when everybody else finally get fucking loud.
Right. And so this is just a lesson for anybody. When you do a craft, you could be doing the same thing what me and Beast is doing, or you could be doing something else. Make sure that you don't change. Even if what happened with me with this group happened to you, learn from it and know not to be like that. And when we come back, we're gonna have a little bit of an unrehearsed podcast up in here. We're gonna give y'all our picks for this upcoming. Oh, he just went off. I hope he come back on. But give us y'all some picks for the upcoming first week NFL season. We will be right back. Oh yes, taste
Yes, I'm
of unrehearsed podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm debating tomorrow if I want to do a commentary on the game. I will let y'all know because if I do it, I want Beast to join me in the commentary for the Bucks and Cowboys game. Would you mind?
I would not. I would not. I would not mind that.
All right, cool. So, unrehearsed podcast, ladies and gentlemen, official. We were supposed to do a show Saturday, but that was on me. But we're gonna have a show tomorrow. Commentary on the Cowboys game. Come watch with us. We welcome the Bucks fans to us. Well, we welcome all NFL fans to finally have fans in the stands. It's great to see that. But please, be careful.
Look, I just hope they have at least one camera on Jerry Jones, because that game gonna be at Dallas, right?
No. It's going to be in Tampa Bay. Oh, don't worry. They're gonna have a camera on Jerry. No. Trust me.
Because I just want to see the first real game that they can come back in the stands. Jerry is going to be the most happiest of all the fucking everybody. Period. That will be the happiest man in the world. We might have a Grinch moment when you literally see this man's heart grow 3 times the size, and just start hearing the Who sing off of the disc. Because all that man loves that fucking stadium.
Yeah.
If it was between the rapture, going to heaven, and keeping that stadium, well, we all know where everybody gonna hold up at during the apocalypse. I can say that much.
And look. Jerry World. That's all they have to say. So we're not gonna go through all of the seasons games. I'm gonna pick the important ones that we know people's gonna watch and really gonna know the outcome. So here's a game for you. So we're not even going to bring up the Cowboys and Bucks game. Your Steelers versus the Bills. Now, for the Bills, they're coming off a great year. They've been building up there and getting up there for the longest period of time. And last year showed it. But your boys, y'all still made it in, and unfortunately, you fell to the Browns. So how you think?
I'm gonna call it like I call NBA, because I'm seeing the energy shift over now. Because right before Steph got in, and they really started making noise, I said it then. This is the era of the underdogs. This is all those teams and franchises that you grew up hearing in the worst light possible are not going to get their shine. All those franchise and organizations that had a couple of good players here and there but never really had a good team are going to start getting good teams, and they're really going to start showing their ass on folk. You saw sprinklers of that about 20 years or so. You saw that when Emmitt Smith, when he went over to Arizona and he got that ring with them. Then you really start to see teams like, I want to say, what's your boy? Carter Warner.
You said that he got a ring with Arizona? He never got a ring with Arizona.
Oh, the Cardinals?
No, he never did. We screwed Emmitt Smith. We screwed him. We screwed him bad.
I know he got caught. No,
because Emmitt, he was in the twilight.
I feel like I'm wrong. That's why I remember him going over there.
Yeah, and we got.
It had to be.
It was so.
It had to be something else then.
Yeah,
because they was balling out when he went over there. He rejuvenated them to a certain degree.
Yeah, he rejuvenated them, but you can see the age was hitting Emmitt. I mean, their old line was garbage, but he still managed to get some good yards, some average yards, but not like Cowboys.
But overall, I see that's starting to happen now. I feel like we're going to start seeing that more. Yeah. Well, just in general with the NFL. You're going to start seeing that energy in the NFL now, because a lot of the established, the old guards are retiring. So we need, especially in the quarterback, the white quarterback division. Y'all ain't got no Johnny Unitas. Y'all ain't got no Mannings right now. Eli or Peyton. So this is definitely a building year for y'all.
Yeah.
And those no-name teams, the Browns, the Lions, these type of, you're gonna start hearing their names more and more, and they're gonna be popping up with some fresh talent.
So who you got?
You're gonna start seeing them get farther.
Yo, you sticking with your boys
Between
or
them two,
you lean to the Bills?
I'm gonna watch it because to me that's gonna be a good defense game. So I feel like the score is gonna be relatively low, but depending on which team got the arm. The Bills might be, if they got a strong arm, I feel like the Bills will give it to them. But if not, it's gonna be a war of attrition between the defenses.
Yeah, I see it being a defensive game, but I do have the Bills edging the Steelers 2024. The reason is I think right
I'll give
now,
you that.
yeah,
I'll give you that.
The reason why is the Bills, or as they would call them, the baby Bills, has been building up. That head coach that they got right now, he got the spirit of the old head coach back in the 90s that took them to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost every single one of them. But I think this time they're not going to miss. Yeah, they're not going to miss on that one. So I guess we both lean into with the Bills. But obviously, that's your boy, so I understand if you lean with your boy because
I'm honest. Like I said, I'm an honest person, and the main reason I like the Steelers is because they've always been a strong defense team. Like the old franchises, we gonna get the biggest, fastest, hardest hitting motherfuckers that we can, and we gonna find the toughest quarterback. He ain't got to have the strongest arm. Just give us a couple guaranteed first downs. But damn it, be able to take a fucking hit. And if you can give a hit and still throw that bitch, even better.
Right. And so, and to be fair, if Steelers win, I'm still keeping the same score. It's going to be 24-20.
So it's going to be close. It's going to be a close score.
Yeah, it's going to be close. And not to mention, they are playing up there with the Bills. I don't know if it's going to be storming up there because, up there in New York State, the weather is kind of unpredictable. But it's going to be windy as hell. So, yeah. All right, so the next game that I want to bring up, let me see, is the Packers and the Saints. Who you got?
It's interesting.
Now, remember, Saints do not have Drew Brees no more. Drew Brees is gone.
I was about to say, Brees is gone, but then Aaron's being the prick, too, so I don't even think Aaron's there. So
Aaron Rodgers there. Aaron Rodgers, he's still there, but he's still pissed off.
But like I said, he's being the prick, so when I say I don't know if he's there, I don't believe he's starting.
I got you.
I don't believe he's actually starting.
I'm at the
even if he does, I feel like they might give him the first couple minutes of he might get the first couple drives, and then they take his ass out. But I honestly don't see the way he acted, and last I've heard from the organization, I don't see him starting that game. So it's gonna be interesting.
So
that was gonna be an interesting one right there.
So for me, when I talk about the Saints, they wasted Drew Brees. I don't care what y'all Saints fans say. Y'all can sit there and say, "Oh, we went deep to the playoffs the last time." But the last time I checked,
I won't say y'all wasted
trophy. Well, I mean, they won the Super Bowl in 2000. Well, they won the Super Bowl in 2009. They won the Super Bowl in 2009.
They didn't properly utilize, and they.
Oh, you being nice.
What they were trying to do versus because I feel like this, because what they were trying to do is build the whole franchise around Brees, without giving him and forcing him, but not giving him that franchise tag, which means money and a whole bunch of other bullshit that they knew either one side or the both sides wasn't gonna rock with. So let's try to make you franchise without legally putting it on paper and having some other shit we have to abide to.
But the funny thing
Which
is,
is kind of
not trying to cut you off, but the funny thing is,
no,
the Saints. I mean, the Saints is running into the same problems that the Packers are going through. But the only difference is, Breeze never complained. Aaron Rodgers is complaining. Now, I talked to my boy Billingsley. I went on his show, and me and him both agree that both the organization and him need to be taking blame, because people got to understand, Aaron Rodgers was put in that situation. He was put in that position because of the organization. People got to understand that. They just don't. It's just like putting yourself in a supervisory position. You can sit there and say, I worked my way up here to put myself in this position, which is true. But it takes that organization or that real person that's in power, your supervisors over you, to see that, to vouch for you and put you in that position. Because even the one that's worked the hardest, as the lawyer was, don't always get the job. There's a saying in NASCAR, the fastest car is not always going to win the race. It's the one that strategized, got the right setup, got the most fuel, that wins the race. So in this case, the same thing. And so and honestly, I don't see the Saints going nowhere with freaking what's his name? Winston. I do not see it. But knowing Sean Payton, even though I can't stand his ass, he's going to put a little bit of his sprinkle magic up on there and try to get him to a point where he's not great, but he's all right for now until they find another quarterback. But Winston's not it. Winston's not going to lead the Saints to a freaking playoff. They are not leading them to the freaking playoffs. And that defense is average at best. That defense is not fearing, ain't put no fear in nobody. I don't give a damn what anybody says or any Saints fans. Your defense is average.
I feel like this is with this new crop of talent, the athleticism cap on there is a lot higher than it was in our glory days of growing up, of the name, top tier athletes. These little niggas out here is a lot better. But the mentality and the culture is a lot different. So it's got to be a lot of changes across the board, because there's a lot of good talent, but they're not getting utilized like they should. And in some cases, they're not relating to the material and acclimating like they should.
Right.
So both parties got to come together, because it's a bunch of waste going on. Because I see some talent, but I don't see a whole lot of promise.
All right. So
from a lot of these motherfuckers this year.
All right. So who you picking? So I'm already going to tell you, I'm picking the Packers. Who you got?
I mean, I always go for defense anyway. Because if defense wins games, if you can't fucking throw the ball or run, if you can't run it, then you got to throw it. And if I keep hitting your ass, you'll be hesitant to throw it. So I'm going to go for the Packers on that.
Yes. All right. And one last game. This game don't got too much importance into it, but I just wanted to throw it out there because you was talking about earlier. The Niners and the Lions. Who you got? Two mediocre teams.
Yeah. Two. Well, a mediocre team and a novelty team. Because this is what? September?
Mm-hmm.
So technically, this is the time frame when you're supposed to be hearing about the Detroit Lions. Like, their name only gets spoken around the holidays, the closer you get to Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And after Thanksgiving, like most of the shit that you eat on Thanksgiving, you don't hear about it until next Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I could give a fuck either way. I want the Detroit Lions to win Just cause.
Just for the fuck, I knew you gonna say that. You know what?
Look, I want the Detroit Lions to not only win, I want them to randomly just get their ass to like a conference championship, just so I can see Barry Sanders out there. And if these motherfuckers weak, I know Barry gonna beat. If they win, I want to see Barry Sanders on the field because I know that motherfucker gonna shed a tear.
Oh yeah, most definitely with the Coors Light in his head. Remember, you used to do those Coors Lights commercials, but
no,
but you know what?
Right. You know what? I know. In fact, I'm gonna call it because we living in the era of bullshit that nobody expect to see happen. I want the Detroit Lions to not only win against the 49ers, but make a Super Bowl push and push that motherfucker out and win. And when they win, I want Barry Sanders to have an honorary, posthumous, Hall of Fame Super Bowl ring.
Wow, that's saying a lot of pieces. This is just a Texas podcast.
Hey, it's 2021. It's fucking 2021, and nobody expect half of the shit we saw in the last 2 years, let alone the last 21. Fuck it, I'm calling it.
But in this game, you know what? I'm gonna pick the Niners. I think the Niners is going to, and that's my dad's favorite team, so he probably watched the show like, that's my boy. No, Dad, no.
I knew I raised him right.
I got the Niners winning this one. I think this year, because everybody knows that the 49ers was coming off of a hangover, the Super Bowl hangover. People don't understand that you're the bridesmaid of the Super Bowl. You're not going to be good the next year. So also I'm saying this about the Chiefs too. The Chiefs are not going to be that good this upcoming year. I'm telling y'all, the Chiefs are not going to be as high flying and how powered like they was when they won the Super Bowl or the year that they went to the Super Bowl the second time. So expect them to have a hangover too. I just want to put that point out there. But I got the 49ers winning. I think this is going to be a rebound year for the Niners. So we're not going too far ahead because I'm saving that for tomorrow. But I got the Niners winning that game. But other than that, Beast, it is time for us to visit the community. What do you have for us today?
What else we gonna be talking about? Choice.
Oh boy,
we talking about choice.
Oh, now you got to think about
that. Wrong choice can fuck up the community.
Yeah, you're right, and you got to be thinking about E40's song Choice. Good grief. But other than that, for every one of y'all don't have no choice. Get y'all ass up in the car because we got a community.
Again, right.
Beast community.
Excuse me. Choices. How do they affect the community? Well, when you make a choice, there's a benefit and a deficit for you. There's also an outward ripple effect that happens. So depending on the choice, it can have an adverse effect to your community. And those goes with choices towards your communities. Let's think about living in neighborhoods. Choices when it comes to such things as taking care of your animals. Letting your dog piss and defecate on your neighbor's lawn. You can choose to do that. And the benefit is it's now on your lawn. But the adverse effect is now you got a bad reputation and bad dealings with your direct neighbor, as well as your other neighbors. Now your community isn't so communal, because everybody fuck with each other, but now less and less people start to fuck with you. Because you chose to do something as simple as not pick up your dog shit. Or at least make sure that your dog shit's in the area that only you have to deal with. and your neighbors don't. That's a considerate choice. Excuse me. It could also be something as simple as, cutting your lawn. You ain't got to be on the same schedule as everybody else, but keep up a basic appearance. Basic, presentable appearance. How you look on the inside is how you look on the inside. Only those that get across that threshold need to know that. But the outward appearance should be pleasant. Ain't got to be all hoity-toity or gaudy looking, but you can look past somebody's door or somebody's house. It's swept, cleaned up, ain't no random trash on it. No, unless they have young children, shouldn't be random assortment of items across the lawns. Pleasant. That's a good choice. No matter how we move in life, just being considerate and knowing that our choices have effects that are beyond our control. Someone may perceive that choice in a unsavory or unflattering manner. Somebody may perceive that choice as wrong without knowing the full extent of the reasoning behind that choice. We always must be mindful of this so that when we make our choices wholeheartedly and genuinely, knowing all the things that encompass that choice. The direct, the adverse, and the indirect consequences that may occur. And use these things to help you really understand and balance out the choices you make in life. Because some things that you do that may seem directly at that moment beneficial for you may have a long-term adverse effect on you and those around you. Just take a moment to really analyze it. Think about, is this choice worth it? Is it worth me doing this for this immediate benefit? Or is this immediate benefit worth the long-term adverse effect? Just some little food for thought. Do appreciate y'all coming by though, but we'll cut it short tonight. Got some shit to do. So thank you for coming by my community, and feel free to stop on by anytime again. Make sure to drop some more knowledge on them. Bring cigars.
Hey, you got me at cigars because I need to get one by Friday. But other than that, you get there on purpose. But I'll let you slide on that one. But Thursday, Unrehearsed Podcast, me and Beach will be commentating the Cowboys and Bucks. So don't forget to tune in for the watch party. And also thank y'all for tuning in on this show because I got some things to do. I need to take a damn shower and wash the damn clothes. But other than that, as for Beach Johnson, my bruh, and me, your gracious host, Donnell Elamonte Morris, thank y'all for watching the show and tuning in. We will see y'all on Thursday and also on Friday. And not Beast, Teach, we love you. Keep doing your thing. Keep sending us updates. She's living her best life. And Mayo living his best life. You see the way we thinking about you, dog. You have a good one. And even Mr. Bragg, we love you. And also Professor O, we love you. Y'all have a good one. Catch y'all later. Bye.
That'll be easy.
Be very easy. And stay safe.